Serie A president, Paolo Dal Pino, has got a point.
Has he indeed?
Because what's he been saying? I'll tell you what he's been saying. He's insisting that Amanda Staveley, your friend and mine at Newcastle United,
Indeed.
helped the Saudis buy, quotes, a small car instead of a Formula One machine.
Oh, yeah?
So what's he talking about? He's suggesting that she missed a huge opportunity by going for Newcastle and in the process overlooking clubs like AC Milan and Inter Milan, who were there to be bought, and both of which have suffered financially due to the pandemic.
Indeed.
So did Amanda take the Saudis in the wrong direction?
No, because she bought a football club that is in the English Premier League, which dwarfs Serie A and dwarfs La Liga. And these leagues that covet and wish, but wishing doesn't make it so, guys, that they had the financial power that the Premier League has. Antonio Conte doesn't want to work for Inter Milan because they can't compete, because he can't build a side that enables him to retain the players.
Yeah.
Whereas potentially the Premier League allows a far different landscape. The distribution models of both La Liga and Serie A, because I pair them together, because if you're going to have a Serie A president talk out, we've had to listen to Javier Tebas on many occasions talking out whilst he wanted the Premier League job himself. Has spent as much time as he possibly can pouring his particular brand of scorn onto our Premier League.
Well, they're envious, aren't they?
Of course.
Tebas is envious.
Well, they're covetous. They covet what we have. And whilst I think some of the football in these leagues sometimes can be better, and, you know, some of the greatest stars have played in La Liga and not necessarily in the Premier League, and sometimes the destination of travel for our best players seems to be, we must go to Real Madrid, which is always disappointing, and I understand Los Blancos takes a big draw. But this is just a simple case of you wishing it doesn't make it so. Amanda Staveley doubled down on buying. First of all, she probably couldn't buy Inter Milan for 300 million quid. So the price point would have been a determiner, because Mike Ashley put a price on it, and there's a valuation of Newcastle at £300 million. I would suggest that Inter Milan might have a greater valuation than that. Secondly, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. She obviously regards, and she's a smart cookie in being able to pull deals together, whether I agree with what Amanda does in the public domain is irrelevant.
She
has a Rolodex of people that she can put in a room. Whether you like the calibre of these people is a different matter, but their money's the same colour, and she's chosen to invest it in Newcastle, so it's her gift to say, I missed out on an opportunity in Inter Milan, because clearly she didn't think she did.
And of course, on Newcastle, Simon, what we do know is they're still looking for their first win. So all roads could lead to the Championship if Eddie Howe doesn't get something smart up and running fairly short. Would that would surely, you would think, them dropping into the Championship, you would have to see the end of parachute payments once and for all, would you not? Because surely it would be a mockery.
Why?
The richest club in the world getting
but they got
money bounced down to them.
Yeah, but there's a thing called financial fair play, so they still have to adhere to the constraints of the division that they're in. They can't just go in there and set the place on fire and spend hundreds of millions of pounds on players and not have the consequences for it. They might be able to if they get out of the division at first tilt, but if for some chance they missed it, then they'll find themselves in a situation where the teeth, insofar as the teeth are there, of the financial governance may come to pass.
I know what you mean, but they don't need a parachute payment.
So what you're saying is
they've got the biggest parachute of the lot.
Amanda, are you listening? If you get relegated this year, you're the first club that you must not take any parachute payments, right? Because we suggest that you've got far too much money. See how that plays out. Hang on. If Liverpool get into the Champions League, you mustn't take any of that Champions League money because you've got far too much of it already by being top of the Premier League.
It'd be
what a load of old nonsense.
The Saudis will be saying, what? You're giving us money for being relegated?
No, the Saudis will be saying that we've got a wage bill, which means we're going to go into great losses. We've got an 80, 90 million pound wage bill with a turnover that's going to be a fraction of that.
Jim White and Simon Jordan, Monday to Thursday morning, 10 till 1. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.